Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm David.
I'm Trevor.
And we're your astute wind counselors, get you through the week with any daily grind issues you may be experiencing or any problems that you want us to resolve for you whatsoever. So let's get to our first winner. Our first winner is named Matt from Littleton, Colorado, and he writes, Dear Win, some people I work with really suck. Any advice on how to make it through a day with them present? Dave, you might have some advice on this one, huh?
I love all the people I work with.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, Matt. So, other than avoiding them, which is, and being passive aggressive, but there's ways of being passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So you could use it as like an assignment and just think how you can be super, super nice to them. And the passive aggressive part will come through in your overacting. Like, just go out of your way to do everything you can to help that person.
Right.
And if they just confront you on why are you being so nice to me, just say, because I'm just trying to be helpful.
Does that mean like, randomly mowing their lawn at 3 a.m. in the morning?
No. We're talking only at the job, Matt.
Okay.
Do not take it outside of your job.
Got it.
Just do it on the job. Just be really, really helpful. Then sometimes they might feel guilty and apologize to you for being a jerk.
And then all of a sudden you turn out to be best friends, or if you're, romantically interested, you might actually end up
Yeah, and if it's like a woman, maybe she'll end up being your wife.
No, that's something.
But you know what they say? That people are mirrors of us. So if something irritates me and someone else, it's probably because I do the same thing.
Oh.
That's what all the great therapists say.
That's a good point. I never heard that, though.
Yeah, Nostradamus.
Yeah,
said that.
the
Back in the day. I mean,
French
this is,
guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's part of the Gestaltness therapy.
Right, okay.
Which is a different dude.
Trev, what do you think?
I generally like the people I work with. I really like them. On the rare occasion, I encounter someone who don't like too much. Always think the best way to deal with it, start Facebook stalking them, see what they're like, what their interests are,
okay.
turn that against
Their MO.
them.
Keep your enemies closer than your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So,
then what do you do with them then? Do you
then
fake stories or something about
Yeah,
them?
then you start to mirror their interests. Say, oh yeah, I saw that movie too. I really liked it. Oh yeah, I went to that concert. That was a wonderful show. And then once start to build up some friendship there, then you just crush them then and there.
And how do you crush them?
You just say, you know what? I don't think we can be friends. You're starting to grate on me, and I thought we had a really good thing going, but I think it's time we move on with our lives. Then you pull a full 180, complete reverse of them, just to really drive it home.
That's just to put the stake right through the heart.
They are the reason that you gave up on your interests.
Oh, man.
Oh, so you blame them for being a failure.
God. I like that. So then they really hurt.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, Matt? I like both those ideas, but here's what I've done in the past, and it always seems to work. It's just take on a whole new personality. So let's say if they don't like you because of the way you look, you come to work in a mask. Like not just a mask, but a full body mask. It's called masking. Like a full latex suit. And you could be Dolly Parton, you could be Denzel Washington, doesn't make a difference. Be exactly opposite of who you are, and you come in there and you just play that person. And they're like, hold on a second, does Alex still work here? Is that Alex behind that full bodysuit? Is he dressed up like a fur baby? What's going on here? And then you get confused them so bad that they just quit because they're losing their mind. They think that they're seeing stuff, but they're actually seeing the truth, which is you dressed up in disguise. But you make them feel like they're seeing stuff.
Is this like in a dress-up suit or like a white suit, like an asbestos removal company?
It depends if that's what you want to be.
Yeah.
If asbestos removal guy and you're working in an IT place, then that's who you are. You come in one day. Or if you dress up like the Abominable Snowman, or you dress up like, Marilyn Monroe. But you make them basically lose their mind. Every day you look at like someone else, and then they lose their mind, and then they just quit.
They don't know who they are anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Then if they don't quit, they succumb, almost like waterboarding, and they finally give in, and they're nice to you.
Or you
Taken
can
away.
put a straw in there and just suck their brain out.
That's a great idea, and that's high and niacin.
And then you could hold their mind ransom on Facebook.
On Facebook, and at any point in time, you just let that little thumb come off the tip of the straw, and just drops right out.
Yep. And then it's lost in the universe forever.
That's it, Matt. That's all you got to do is one of those things. All right, let's move on to Torsten from Munich, Germany. And he writes, Dear Win, what bad habits do you wish to break in 2017? And what advice do you have for helping me break mine? Ooh, he's got some bad habits. He didn't clarify on what those habits were, but you're talking about counseling, psychology, and so on. It's probably similar to kind of break any of these kind of behavioral habits, isn't it, Dave?
Well, they say you have to do something 7 times to have it sink in. So if you're
Okay.
trying to change behavior, I don't know why I know all this because probably I've never been to therapy. Lightning bolt. So they say you have to do things 7 times to change them. And I would be very curious, Torsten, as to what your bad habit is. What are my bad habits?
Just one that you want to break this year.
A bad habit. Okay, procrastination. That is a
Ah.
bad habit of mine. I'm attacking it head on. So I'm trying to not procrastinate. So I'm doing the opposite. So I'm involved in every activity happening on the planet just to like overcommit. So
You went from a guy sitting on the couch, as if he's just eating pizza and smoking marijuana, to a guy that's neurotically doing everything.
everything. Like I'm in every club on the block. And I figure by July, it'll all balance out. So I think you just go from one extreme to the other, and then it just balances out on its
It's not a
own.
bad idea. So if the guy's super nice, he's habitually nice, always getting taken advantage of, is to then be super mean, super violent, and then by the mid of this year, it'll balance out and his habit will be gone. He'll be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. He'll just be bipolar.
Oh, that's good. What do you think, Trev?
Yeah, I always come from perspective of you should really just set those deadlines for yourself. Torsten, being from Germany, don't know what your bad habits are. Maybe eating too much Wiener Schnitzel, whatever
Right.
it may be.
Too much beer drinking?
Yeah, I come from a similar perspective. I eat so much fast food, bad food, not working out. So what I'm gonna do to really try and fix my problems is I'm gonna keep telling myself, I'm gonna go to the gym, get a membership, go for a run. Keep telling myself month after month until eventually we get to the new year, and then I say, oh, in the new year I'm gonna do it again. So it's that mindset thing of telling myself that I'm going to do it eventually, and eventually
You'll
I
get to
know I will get to it.
So it happens like a year later.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
10.
2 years later.
Whatever.
The genius of it is it keeps going and going until you feel like you're ready.
Oh, so you don't have to force it upon yourself.
Yeah.
It just happens
Like
organically.
subliminal.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it will happen is the key point.
Okay, especially if it's like a real bad habit.
Definitely.
If you're a meth addict, you're eventually going to
Just
die.
eventually you will give it up.
Right. One way or another.
Eventually.
Well, Torsten, I think that's great piece of advice. And again, we don't know what your bad habit is, but you know what? There's other options too. You can audit yourself. Grab the cans of truth, audit yourself. Get your thetan levels removed, get them down, and all of a sudden tell yourself that you're a better person than the habit that's consuming you. And if that doesn't work, I hate to say it, euthanasia is always an option.
Yes.
Or you can put a rubber band on your wrist and snap it every time you do the bad habit.
Until your wrist starts
And
to
ring a
bleed.
bell.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Rachel from Sydney, Australia writes, Dear Win, what's the one thing you always wanted to say or post on social media but haven't, and why? Ooh, that's a really good question. That's very current, makes a lot of sense. And I think I'm every single day I'm on social media at some point in time, and every single day I just want to bite my tongue. Yeah, every single day. And I think maybe we talked about a little between the break, and that's the echo chamber mentality of social media, be it Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And people just are like lemmings, and they just perpetuate something that may or may not even be remotely true because they don't do any kind of research on that information, but they just echo it because they feel like they have to. It's almost like peer pressure. I have to join in. I have to pile on. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
So I want to just post, some random statement like, you lemming.
So, yeah, it's funny that we're talking about this because I really, for a second, didn't have an idea because I'm kind of taking a break from most of social media
Smart.
right now because I just don't want to read a lot of stuff. But I think if I would post something, that I probably would post this, is like, think for yourself
Yes,
would be what I would post.
absolutely.
Genius.
Because we need to get out of the cow mentality. I think of the current state of affairs are allowing some people to voice their own opinions, which is great. It's great. Self-actualize.
Yeah.
Know and be thyself.
Don't follow yourself down the cattle chute until you're slaughtered.
Yeah. And I think we'll move things along more so if people think for themselves and pursue their own lives and quit. Get out there and do something.
That's a good
just
point.
Complain about it.
That's a good point. To worry about yourself a little bit more than just what everyone else is thinking.
Not in a narcissistic
right.
way. But,
Not in a narcissistic way, but yeah, but also like critical thinking. It almost sounds
Right.
like too.
right.
What do your eyes tell you versus what everyone else?
What
is
everyone
saying?
else is telling you.
Right.
Those
Right.
voices behind your head.
No, I like that idea. That's pretty smart. What do you think, Trev?
Yeah, similar approach to David's. I definitely, thousands of things I'd want to say to people. I know your own thoughts, sort of thing. But really, I'm coming more from the perspective that, some people's, opinions and thoughts are just clearly and blatantly wrong. They don't know what they're talking about, and they need to just learn that they don't know, that they're
Right.
stupid, essentially. I would love to say that to people. I would love to just be like, hey, you know what? Adam Sandler does not deserve a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Right.
He should never have it, etc., etc. The reason I wouldn't do that, though, is I need people to like my Facebook statuses, my photos. I live for it. I live on it. If I don't have those likes rolling in, then I can't be on social media.
And therefore, you then fall in line into the lemon mentality.
Exactly. I would be like one of them.
You almost succumb to it.
Yeah.
But you really want to pull a frat paddle, put it through the computer screen, and smack somebody in the face that put Adam Sandler down in the Hollywood
Yes. Say,
Walk of Fame.
stop with the selfies every day. No one needs to see that. No one likes to see your face that many times a day.
And there you go. And we're going to give you one more little piece of inspiration to get you the rest of the week, known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey, Virgo! Yes, Virgo, this is your week. And guess what, Virgo? You need to pay attention to what colors you're surrounding yourself with. So this week, make sure you're having a lot of forest green in your life, in your clothing, in your food, you name it. You can't have too much forest green, and avoid macaroon. And if you don't know what color that is, you better look it up, because macaroon is like the devil on your salad this week. Do not go there. Also, something else you want to do, Virgo, is, hey, go buy yourself a stuffed animal and sleep with it. You need a little extra fluffy lovin'. That's for you, Virgo. Hey, join us for the World Improv Network on AM 1340, FM 104.7, on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, YouTube at World Improv Network, and iTunes and Google Play Podcast at World Improv Network. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Win on Mile High Sports Radio. Don't forget to be a winner and interact with the cast by sending your suggestions or questions for each show segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line on Sundays before or during the show. See you next week.